little bit of a gloomy Monday morning. In this morning's Consumer Watch, new research shows an alarming number of children are injured or killed by furniture that tips over. Our consumer correspondent Susan Koeppen is here with tips on keeping your family safe. Susan, good morning.
Good morning, Harry. A study being released this morning says that injuries have actually increased 41% over the past 18 years, with nearly 15,000 people hurt every year because of falling furniture.
I think about Katie all the time. Every second of every day, I think about her.
Judy Lambert knows the pain of losing a child because of furniture that tipped over. Her 3-year-old daughter, Katie, was killed by a falling wardrobe.
I heard a loud crash and ran, got to the room within a second or two, and didn't see Katie. I saw the mirrored wardrobe was smashed into 1,000 pieces and she was underneath.
According to a comprehensive study conducted at Nationwide Children's Hospital of Columbus, Ohio, between 1990 and 2007, more than 260,000 children received emergency room care because of tip-over related injuries. There were 300 deaths, and most of the injuries were to children ages 6 and under.
Far and away, the most common type of furniture that's related to tip-overs is the television. And the traditional television set is front heavy, and so it's prone to tip over, and that's why we see so many of them among young children.
3-year-old Michael Stevenson was hurt when a television set on top of a dresser came crashing down on him and his 5-year-old sister.
Michael climbed to the top of the dresser, grabbed onto the TV, and Julianne, my daughter, climbed on the drawers of the dresser. From what we gather is that the TV fell on him, on the side of his head, and then the other side of his head obviously hit the floor.
Michael suffered 2 skull fractures, hearing loss in one ear, and paralysis on one side of his face. Now, a year later, Michael has almost completely recovered. This video, released by the Consumer Product Safety Commission, demonstrates what can happen to a child when furniture tips over. According to the CPSC, there have been at least 3 deaths so far this year because of falling furniture, 12 deaths in 2008 and 9 in 2007. Judy Lambert says before her daughter's accident, she had no idea that furniture could be such a hazard.
I want all parents and caregivers to be aware that these accidents can happen.
And almost all of these accidents happen while a child is alone in a room. The accidents happen so quickly, children really don't have the time or even the skill to get out of the way, Harry.
You know what's interesting to me? We have done this story before several times, and still statistics come out and say the number of injuries and deaths continue to go up.
Right.
So we're going to do our old-fashioned show and tell here to show people exactly what happens.
Right. So a lot of the accidents that happen, especially with the TVs, they're on stands that aren't appropriate. They're too small, they're too wobbly. So this one's kind of like a ladder. If a child starts climbing up this, it's going to lean forward.
It doesn't take much at all.
You know, imagine your 3-year-old climbing up, and that's what happens.
And those old TVs like that weigh 1 trillion pounds.
So then talking about a dresser, something that can tip over, experts say you should pack your dresser from the bottom up. So it's heavy on the bottom.
Heavier on the bottom,
yeah,
right.
Don't make it top heavy. And then don't put things on top of your dresser like a TV, like stuffed animals, remote control.
Because this is just an invitation.
Yeah, the kids
you put the
are
little
gonna...
toy or you put the doll up here, the kid is going to climb. It's guaranteed they will do this.
Absolutely. And it's easy for them to do it. I see my 2-year-old try to climb up on furniture all the time.
Here's the other thing. What about these things?
The safety straps. These are $5 at the hardware store, at the baby store.
Right.
Very simple. You just attach it to the back of your furniture, attach it to the wall so it can't tip over.
And the other thing we did from the last time, these TV things, even on stands, on stands that are made for TV, that doesn't necessarily mean they're safe.
Exactly.
So you've got to really make sure they're back and make sure they're attached to the back.
You got it.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, bud. All right.
Thanks.